Hey guys, Bridget here. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful features of Adobe XD. Now, let's get started, and we're going to use this UI kit called IO Task, which I found on UI8. And the very first feature that I want to show you is essentially the fact that you can drag and drop images and basically make the image directly on top of elements in your design files. So as you can see, we had this image, I just dragged and dropped it, and I can simply double click with the left mouse button in order to crop it in the exact place which I want. Now let's say that I want to create an overlay effect. Well, creating one is actually really easy. You can simply duplicate the image and create a fill right here, which can be, for example, a linear gradient, and we can actually go ahead and let's just swap these two. So basically this one is going to be the darker one, and we're going to lower the transparency over here, and we're also going to lower the transparency right on top of this one. So as you can see, you can literally drag and drop images and even icons. So for example, here I have Nucleo Icons, which is a free icon management software which enables you to basically drag and drop icons and search for them in a very easy way. So yeah, this is definitely something which is really useful, and that a feature that you're going to use pretty much all the time as a designer. Now, another feature that I wanted to show you is essentially this element here, which is the repeat grid. So I'm going to delete all of these, and let's say that a project manager asks you as a designer to create multiple elements such as this one right here. So let's say that they have a team member, and let's say that there isn't really a fill right here, so the fill is just white. And we're going to simply select the element and be sure to have it grouped. If it's not grouped, simply use Command plus G in order to group a bunch of elements which you have selected. And then you can go over here under the repeat grid, simply click on it. And as you can see, the moment that we do that, we're going to have this green highlight and also these handlebars, which are essentially telling us that the repeat grid is now working. And as you can see, I can simply drag the handle, and multiple iterations of this element are going to be created. Now, great thing about this is that I can also, for example, go over here, select a bunch of avatars which I previously downloaded. And by the way, for the avatars, I wanted to basically give you a suggestion, which is uifaces.com. And essentially here you're going to find hundreds of really cool avatar faces. So, and you can also download the plugins for Sketch, Adobe XD or Figma. And by the way, just before we move on, I want to remind you that I recently launched a free course on how to get started in UI UX design. So if you're interested in getting into this field, I've actually been a UI UX designer for over a decade now. And I'm basically sharing all the tips and advice that I wanted to learn when I first started out, and that nobody was telling me. And on top of that, you're also going to receive a lot of free source files from the software tutorials on my channel. Now let's go back to Adobe XD. And basically what we want to do here is to select all of these images, and I'm going to basically drag and drop it on top of the ellipse on the circles. And as you can see, all of these images have been populated in an instant thanks to the power of Adobe XD. So definitely a really cool feature to keep in mind, since these drag and drop actions, you're going to use them a lot, as I mentioned previously. Now I want to show you something which is pretty cool, and it's essentially the scrolling behavior. So if we selected this dashboard right here and we click on play, you can see that here you're actually going to be able to view a prototype and the screens of your project. Now let's say that we're working with a smaller screen in height, well, you can actually see exactly the preview of that screen by simply going here under scrolling after you selected the dashboard. Click on vertical, and I'm going to reduce the size of the viewport height to say 660. As you can see, this line is essentially going to enable us to view the viewport height, and I can actually adjust it directly from here. And the moment that I click on play again, you can see that now the viewport height is adjusted, and I have this scrolling behavior. And this is really valuable because as a designer, you're going to be able to showcase to stakeholders, clients, management teams, the designs even before they are coded. So this can save a lot of time and also a lot of money to the companies. And this is definitely a really valuable feature. I'm referring to the prototype in general. Now, another really important and cool thing about Adobe XD is that when you're done with your design project, you can easily share this project and invite someone to the document. So simply click over here, and it says here save as a cloud document to invite people. So to invite people to edit this, first save it as a cloud document, then you can access it on multiple devices. So we're going to click on continue, and simply going to leave this name, but you can rename it to whatever you want. Click on save, and the moment we do this, you can see that now it's basically uploading and saving, doing all of its thing. And when it's saved, you can easily share it with other individuals. So being a shareholder, another team member, another designer, management team, you name it, they can easily see the design file. So I really hope this video was helpful, and I want to remind you that on my channel I have over 500 videos sharing my knowledge about UI UX design for free. And so if you're interested in more about this, feel free to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.